My salt is being tested as a mother. Not just from the physical world, but at a spiritual level too. I've always been a very spiritual person. I tried religion on. I always knew it wasn't for me because I grew up in that. And I tried it on anyways. And the beautiful thing I did learn is how to love others beautifully. And then when I left that, I learned how to love myself beautifully. And now I sit with those two awarenesses. As we evolve as a species, and where we merge to an elevated state of evolution, is where we learn to honor both and love both. And all of humanity is awakened. Whether we are consciously aware of it or not. It's been slowly coming, and now that the elements are exactly where they need to be between the planets and the earth, it's time. And by Friday and Saturday, some major things are going to come. And it's going to be challenging. And so for me, and why this was so hard, is I have to publish some work. And what's always been demanded of me in my spiritual essence and what I carry in my DNA because of my lineages, I understand now, are the demand for a clean and balanced perspective on both sides, because I carry both opposing camps right now. There really are only two camps, people. And as I present my work, I've had to mature a lot. It's all on my socials. You can see me awakening in public. And it's really been learning how to integrate this power and wisdom and awareness, not just with the physical body, but with reality in real life today, and also in overall understanding that people are operating in different realms that they're not even aware of, and that I can't honor what people are saying to me with words, that I have to act on their actions and the actual impact that I'm experiencing based on those actions. Now, I don't have to impose that on them, but here's what's gonna hit the fan this week is intention, plan, power, it doesn't matter. The reality is the outcomes and the impact to those around you. So you might have a great idea, and it might be a great concept, and it might be very well founded in your research. But the truth is, you can't decide that for anybody else. And motherhood teaches you that. You recognize this. Parenthood should teach us that, but I can only speak as a woman because I've never been a man, and I'm befuddled by a lot of men, and others I respect quite a lot. And so, and women as well, so it's not, but for me, I'm a woman, so I can speak to my experience. So, for me, when I think about my son, I very intentionally knew that I did not want to recreate the history of my parents, and my son's father's parents for that matter, once I saw the reality of things and the impact it was having on his life today as a grown adult, and the limitations that were imposed on him. And worse, the fact that he thought he wasn't confined. And the thing is, it's not up to me to tell other people that they're confined, but there's a balancing point. There's a point where your ignorance or your lack of experience is now imposing on somebody else's experience. And you have every right to grow and learn, but there are consequences to these things. And this is where we're at as a society. We don't need laws. We don't need regulation. We need nurture. We are at a point in our species where we have outgrown, our power has outgrown how much maturity we have to hold it. And so the reason the world is the way it is today is because we've continued to allow immature people, humans of all species. I said that because that's what the supremacists are basing this on. Go Google, how are species classified? And you'll note that race is classified in very much the same way. So this is the deal we're talking about. While we're being told we're humans and we're God's creation, in behind the scenes we're being treated like cattle, and only certain cattle with certain lineages are approved, and the rest of us, well, good luck. And the ones who have the lineages of the non-cattle and the cattle, those of us are being suppressed because we're remembering. Like I said, the elements are ripe. We don't get to choose this. We didn't get to choose the ice age. We didn't get to choose when it melted. We adapted. We evolved. And that's the climate we're in today. So we all need to grow up emotionally and in our thinking, because if we don't, then we're setting ourselves up for epic failures. And if the camp that thinks you're treating us as cattle, if you think you're going to escape this, you're up for a very challenging situation, because the judgment day you fear, you've created. Because now our DNA is waking everybody up, because nobody's had a chance to mature under your oppressive rule, including yourselves. And so this is where we're at as a humanity. You'll be seeing a series of papers via ChatGPT telling us as a humanity how we need to grow and mature. And we cannot use war energy, okay? That is useless, especially to the people that are oppressing, because you're operating out of a DNA instinct of fear. And so everything is going to shut down for you soon in your body. And nobody can save you from that. It's all in your head. It's your thinking that generates how your body reacts. So while you try to villainize me, I'm going to behave like my mother and my father, who have shown me the greatest example of love despite their lack of ability to move outside of their programs. When you are ready, my work will be online. But until then, just remember to breathe deeply and consciously and ground yourself. Because I don't know what's in your DNA. Thankfully, mine was love. A lot of warrior, but a lot of love. But we're not your enemies. We're here to help. Otherwise, nobody will make it. I say this with all my heart. I love you.